Hey guys, MoJK here, back with another Alchemist Code video. It's been a while once again. I do need to kind of quickly explain myself. So we were working really hard on this proposal for the past week or so. Yesterday we were gonna plan on staying all night at the office and get it done before the deadline. The deadline was supposed to be 9 a.m. today, but instead at the last minute we found out that the deadline had been extended to August 7th. So we were kind of like, oh my gosh, really? You're gonna tell us that now? Screw that, we're going to shelve this until Monday. So, we're going to kind of slowly work it from there, but no big crunch or grind as expected. So, hopefully it'll be a little bit slower over the next couple of weeks. But the other thing is that I actually wasn't able to get into this boosted account for a while, and it probably is my fault. So when I switched phones, I had the Facebook login info all auto-saved or whatever on my iPhone. But when I switched to this phone, I lost that. So I wasn't able to get in. I even looked up the login information. I don't know if I was mistyping it. I double checked and I still couldn't get in. So I actually, contacted them. I was like, I can't get into this account. And they're like, have you tried this information? And then that time I copied and pasted it into here and it worked. So, and it looked like the same information. So I don't know what happened there. I probably was just on crack and was misspelling it or something. But anyway, I'm back in here. Actually excited to try out these new units because I didn't even know they were coming. So let's take a quick look at them and see how I would suggest setting them up. But obviously there's going to be different situations for people and stuff. So the first one's NASARIO, and this is a summoner job. We have had a summoner before in Lupinus, and I'm not overly familiar with her because I didn't get her until way later, and I think she's still level 60 or something like that. But it's a pretty good job. Has attack spells, but it also has healing and stuff like that. So yeah, pretty good job. The other ones are pretty standard, but these are important because of the passives and stuff. So the way that I have him set up is I have him with Divine Shelter and Swift Charge, which doesn't really require a lot of explanation, I don't think. Obviously, Divine Shelter helps you resist attacks better. Swift Charge reduces the cast time for all these things, so that's my recommended setup here. The other options would be Fervent Aria, which would be useful if you need to nullify silence, if you're up against, there's that level with, I think it's Chloe's level, where there's that two annoying archers who keep silencing you and keep, debuffing you in that way. This would nullify that, and it raises max HP, but that's a tiny amount. I think it's only 78 or something like that. I tried it recently. So don't do it for the HP, that would be for blocking silence. And then resist magic is a magic defense and debuff resistance buff. Kind of nice in some situations, especially if you're up against a bunch of mages or something, but I think in general you're going to be better off having better offensive capability with Swift Charge and having better defensive resistance and all that with Divine Shelter. So usable from the first job, but better with the second and third jobs for the passives. So that's the way I have them set up here. Divine Power is the reactive ability, which is just a magic counter. Yeah, so we'll see how good that is. The other new character is going to be a new class, actually. This is a Priestess job, MIKOTO. So when I saw Priestess, I expected to see a bunch of healing and buffing or removing status ailments and stuff like that. But it's actually more of a debuff job or class. It's a little bit different than what I expected. So you can lower jewels of enemy units across the whole map, which is kind of like a dancer type of thing, and this is pretty cool. Although there are some enemies tough demons or whatever who have 900 or a crazy amount of jewels, so this isn't really going to help in those situations, I don't think. But I think in a lot of other cases where they have reasonable jewel counts, this could be the difference between eating just a regular harmless normal attack versus a skill. Purification of Perception, light magic damage. This is nice because it's extra strong against undead, has light element attached, and it is a nice 5 diamond scope. So this is a nice attack ability here. Prayer of Strength. This is kind of what is it, a shaman or something? It's a self buff, raises own stats, especially defense, and raises also defense and agility of ally units around you. So this is a nice way to get tankier if you're up against some physical attacking enemies. I can't talk today. Illuminating Purge greatly raises own stats again, but this time it has a focus on magic attack and agility for surrounding allies. So this would help her do more damage if she has to. So these are interesting. I mean, we'll see how it really goes in a real match. Basic prayer, there's some okay, so this is absorb jewels, again more debuffing, lowering MDef, PDef, and then chance of inflicting charm on all enemy units. This is another whole map type of thing, so that could be really useful. Again, a lot of the tougher enemies tend to be immune to this kind of stuff, but occasionally you will have enemies that can be charmed. In the past we've used like thieves or whatever to do like a charm attack on them, and then they can like help you out, but this is going to be situational depending on how they build that in. So the setup here is I have sacrificial protection, which I just want to see as far as testing goes. This is a chance of a powerful HP recovery when receiving damage, so that's really cool. This kind of thing would not be as useful back in the day before the HP rebalance, because you could easily get one-shotted as like a caster type of unit. But now that the HP pools are bigger, you're more likely to be able to take a couple of hits. Having a powerful HP recovery can actually be really, really useful and make her really sustainable. So we'll see how good that is. The other choices that I made were Barrier of Iron Jar, which is the physical defense and max HP buff from the Valkyrie job, and then we have Ninja Stealth for additional mobility. The other options, they seem okay, but not that great. Like Purify Space, nullifies Daze status, situationally useful, I guess. Then Holy Ritual, combo skill +1, increases chance of surviving fatal damage, so kind of like a Guts. I mean, I don't know how much combo scope really matters, especially for like non-physical attackers. So I went with these choices for better mobility and better survivability. So I think those are like the good way to go, I think. So let's go ahead and jump into a level real quick. I don't need to test out everything because I don't need to see like the debuffs necessarily, and see how well it goes. I'm gonna go into, I don't know, Golem Games Advanced. So wow, okay, I think it's been a while here. So I'm gonna do this, and oh, oops, I almost missed it. Maybe we'll keep her in to like help speed things along with her salesman skill. So let's do this. Oh, oops. All right, so I mean, I think, I don't know if I've demoed it before, but people have seen summoner skills by now. From Lupinus, of course, but still worth kind of taking another fresh look at it. We are getting a lot of like caster type of classes lately, so they're really pushing that kind of meta. So Prayer, okay, lowers jewels of all enemy units. So I definitely want to try that out, and then I want to try out Purification of Perception. And then the basic is absorbing jewels from single target. So yeah, we can try that out as well to see how much you actually get. So let's lower jewels first of all. This guy has like 33 jewels, 25. So basically, oh, this guy's a lot, 121. So let's see what the counts look like after she does this ability. Definitely very unique. I don't think we have a lot of stuff like that in the game yet. So 50. This guy went from 121 to 109, so that was like a 12 jewel decrease. Yeah, I think it was 12 jewels. So that's pretty cool. And the fact that it's map wide is really useful, obviously, too. Okay, so salesman skill, let's go ahead and speed this guy up, NASARIO. He was gonna go next anyway, but we should be able to get something off. So let's do. Alright, we're not gonna do the buffs, we're gonna do the attacks, because that's the more interesting stuff, I think. Really cool. Yeah, I remember I was kind of bummed when I didn't get Lupinus at first, and then I got her later. Alright, so we did the lowering jewels. Let's see how much her magic damage is. So let's do Purification. Again, nice 5x5. I need to step back here. Okay, it wasn't the most damage ever, but you know, still gets the job done. She is more of like a debuffer and like a support, so that's not really what she's made for. So let's try this again. There's a couple more to try out. Is this like a must-pull banner? I would say no. I mean, compared to somebody like Noctis, I mean, how can you really claim that? But I can definitely see some uses, especially for like you know, like the jewel stuff can be useful in some cases, and you know, maybe if you don't have these powerhouse units that can just kill everything and you need to play more methodically and strategically, this would be like a good class. Wow, 40 jewels, 50 jewels, that's a lot, and the range is pretty good too, so that's actually kind of impressive. Okay. And then do Dark Flare. By the way, I'm approaching 5,000 subscribers, which is great, and I'll definitely set up some kind of giveaway for that. Just need to figure out what exactly. Man, that's awesome. I don't know how that would compare to somebody who can like get off these attacks faster, but I mean, the cast speed is pretty low, 200, but with Swift Charge, it's not too bad. But, you know, there are other units that can do those kinds of, like, big AoE attacks without the cast time. So, I don't know how good he is. And then we've done this. I've definitely tested this out before, actually. I remember, like, it just, like, falls out of the sky, kind of. Yeah. Oh, there's his counter, Divine Power. Nice. That's always nice to have like a counter, a reactive ability that can do it from range. Alright, so again, I don't really want to see the debuffs too much. We'll just finish it off with this. Yeah. So it's fast, not that strong, but again, that's not her purpose. So anyway, I hope that kind of like, you know, gave you a decent sense of what they're like. I know this wasn't the best level necessarily, but you know, it's still nice to see how it works in action. So thank you guys for watching this video. Hopefully I can get back on track. I know it's been like, it's like once you get off the track, it's like hard to get back on, if that makes any sense. Like with the routine and everything, I did everything in my power before to like pump out videos all the time, like whether it was recording in my car or on my bed or whatever when I was tired. But like once I kind of fell out of that, I got really busy. It's just kind of hard to get back. So bear with me, guys, and I'll definitely have a 5,000 subscriber giveaway of some sort or special. So stay tuned for that, and have a good weekend. Peace.